Hey everybody, today we are inside of the Koala boundary, home of the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians, and we are checking out the new facility at Soco Falls. It's been closed for several months now while they built a new parking area, which is really big, which also means a lot of people will be here, unfortunately. So they put in the new parking area. They've got a viewing area, and there's a new trail to the waterfall that we're going to check out. Handicap parking is actually right down there. There's 3 or 4 spots, and then there's a ramp that comes up this way. The trail is not handicap accessible, but this viewing area of Soco Valley, which is really nice, is handicap accessible. So if you don't know, Soco Falls is right off Highway 19, which runs in between Maggie Valley and Cherokee, North Carolina. We came up from Maggie Valley, so went under the Blue Ridge Parkway and drove a mile, and the parking area is on the left. Really hard to miss. If you're coming that way, you're going to come to the exit first, drive a little bit further down, and then you'll come into the entrance. So this is another, it's probably my mistake here. The handicap accessible viewing area is right here. So that goes down to the parking area. Actually, it's a better view of the valley down here. We're here early. It's probably not even 9 o'clock yet, and there was only one other vehicle in the parking area. So that's my advice, is always get up, get to a place early, because this place would be busy midday, especially in the summertime. Yeah, that's kind of slippery right there. That's kind of unusual that they didn't put them in. Wow. Yeah. So the first part of the trail here, we got some steps here, but just that little section right there is kind of steep. I've seen people or reviews and comments on social media where, and I haven't seen how long the trail is yet, but they said coming back out of here was kind of a huffer and a puffer. And judging from these stairs, I can see why. And then Cindy's now on another section that looks like it could have used a step or two and some additional grading. Yay. Boy, your feet could slide out from under you big time.
Yeah. Especially if it's snowy or icy.
Uh-huh. One thing I definitely wanted to check out is access to the base of the falls, where actually the best pictures were from. If you've ever been to the old access to Soco Falls, it was kind of sketchy parking along the road. Wasn't really a whole lot of parking either. You got down to a viewing platform, and then you were able to, I can't remember if you climbed over the rail or what, but there was usually a rope attached to the decking, and you could take that rope down to a very steep bank to the base of the falls, or to the creek, and just get up to the base of the falls, which actually that's where the best photos and video are from. You got a lot clearer view, And I'm thinking right now that you're not able to do that. And we've heard a couple things too saying this is just phase 1 of the project, and phase 2 will take you down to the base of the falls. When you get to this point in the trail, from what we were looking at on GIS maps before they opened the trail, that part of this is private property. So this looks like a private driveway coming down, and then that is private property down that way. So you stay on this side. If you didn't know this, Soco Falls is actually made up of 2 waterfalls. 2 creeks come together. Soco Creek is one of them. And now this part of the trail is following an unnamed creek. Yeah, we haven't gone too far. I'm going to check the Gaia GPS as soon as we get down here. It looks like now we're at the very top of the falls. And that looks like it can be quite slippery. Yeah, first view of the falls. I'm at the far end of the deck now, and looking down there, kind of looks like a trail coming up creek. And then right here, you can see where people actually have been scooting down, even though the signs say stay on trail. So we're not doing it today, but you can obviously climb over the fence, scoot down that trail. It is very steep, there's no rope. I think it's better than what was here though, so it's entirely up to you whether you want to do that or not. Hopefully they will have something to where there's a lot better access down to the base. That's a pretty good view right there though. One reason though to get here early again, okay, full sun, but the sun is not on the waterfall. And then once a whole lot of people get down here, everybody's going to be wanting this view right here, and you're going to end up having to shove some people out of the way to get your photos. We've been down here about an hour, and the light has changed dramatically. It's starting to get a little bit of sun on the leaves and stuff, and not on the waterfall yet. There's already been a lot of people come and go. Nobody here right now. So I'm going to shoot some more on the way back up, just in case the footage I shot on the way down isn't any good. That is a good view of the falls, you know, from the deck. But from down below would be a whole lot better. Overall though, did a nice job on the trail and on the viewing deck. And we have more people. We're on the way back up, and Cindy spotted some kind of sunflowery thing, and a butterfly. Cindy did check her guy. I'd already turned mine off down at the waterfall. But she had, from the trailhead, a 200-foot descent in elevation over that 3 to 4/10 of a mile. Which isn't too awful bad. And instead of coming up 40, we're going to hit the Blue Ridge Parkway and take it to Highway 215 back down to Brevard, and go home that way. Right now, the section of the parkway around Courthouse Falls is still closed due to a landslide from Hurricane Helene. Due to open sometime this summer, supposedly. They've been working hard and have opened up a couple of sections so far. That's a key one from us because we usually come up 276 from Brevard, hit the parkway, then if we want to head south, head that way, but we cannot do that now. We've got to go to 215 and come up that way. And as you can see, a whole lot more vehicles in the parking lot. Well, Soco Falls, ladies and gentlemen. Well worth the stop. Midday, if you don't mind people. And then if you're up this way, fall color, definitely. And lots to do in Maggie Valley. And go into Cherokee, lots to do there. And Qualla Boundary Borders, Great Smoky Mountain National Park. So definitely check it out.